Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so we got some Soul Land reloaded up today. So I went ahead and knocked out the Royal Guard, Royal Hunting Ground, I'm sorry, matches last night to get the required so that I could get the final 10 summoning stones that we need inside of the Julie Realm. Now, I did have somebody reply inside of the comments as to what they do on the next event. So apparently when this ends, you will not be able to summon on Tang San anymore. So when they release the new character will be here. Tang San will be gone, but Tang San will still be in the exchange. Okay, so you'll be able to get him inside of here. So he will still be here. So you can use your exchange tokens to continue to purchase him. Okay, so that is, so you will be able to get the character eventually. Okay, if you know, so the character is always going to be in the exchange shop. So you'll be able to use, so when the next character appears, whoever that is, you'll get your 20 and you'll do your 20 pulls. You're doing 10 times, okay? And you'll get your 200 tokens for that. And instead of putting those tokens towards the new character, unless you're going for the new character, not going for Tang San, you would then use those characters towards Tang San and continue to do Tang San until you got him. Okay, so that's the way it goes, and that will also enable you to get shards for him for completing the divine, to get divine skills and whatnot like that. Okay, so yeah, there will be a way to obtain the shards. Also, of course, I said we'll probably start seeing some type of chests inside of events and things like that where you can get some more shards. I assume there will eventually be a chest, like a 3 chests or something like that, or 1 chest or 2 chests where you can get shards for the SP characters. I don't know when that's going to happen, or if that, if it will happen that way. But I'm sure there'll be an outlet for some way to get the divine skills put up. But you will be able to, from a free-to-play perspective, be able to get the character. Might not be as fast, or it might be quicker. As I say, it's all going to depend on how well you hit. I mean, if you hit this 50, a couple of times, you could get the character a lot faster. Okay, so that's how we're going to do. But we are going for Tang San. I wanted to go ahead and get him. He is the protagonist, or I should say he's the main character in the anime, and he is considered to be, the most powerful. And so we're going to have him in the team. So let's go ahead and continue the pool. So I did the Royal Palace last. I did that and completed enough to get 12. Okay, you might want to complete more than that, but either way. So let's go ahead and do another 10. So this should take me up to 200 exchange tokens. So let's see what we get here. Okay, I hit the 50 once. Okay, so I'm going to actually lucky. That's considered lucky. Okay, so and I did hit this as well too, so I can get some more shards for him. So this was a pretty good pull for me. So I have 80. So if you take a look at that, okay, 80 is what is a pretty good start. This would enable me to be fairly lucky. But we've now got 200 exchange tokens. And I can exchange those in max and get 10 more. So I have a total of 90 tokens for Tang San. I've drawn 80, but there should be 90. Let's see. A resource sale. Expiring. I'm not exactly sure what's expiring on this though. We'll have to see exactly. I think it's the actual things. Yeah, so I have 90 shards for him. Okay, so that's in pretty good shape. I need 60 to get him. Could be done conceivably in the next event, possibly. So as you can see, if you hit that 50, it's possibly you can get the character faster. Now, I don't know if they're going to do 2 events and then on the 3rd event they enter a new character and and then yeah, I'm not exactly sure how they're going to be doing it, so we'll have to see ideas. But he will be available inside of the exchange shop once they go to the new character. So even if for some reason, you don't get it on the next event, you don't have to worry because he's always going to be in the exchange shop. Now, I'm assuming that we'll probably see some times where there's possibly, I believe these summoning stones are a generic. Okay, so it's not like, that they're assigned to assigned to a character. So I'm assuming that we'll be able to get these inside of. They might have events where we can actually get some of these stones when there's not any event going on for the character. Maybe. Don't know. We'll have to see. That's something that we might be able to do that so you can sort of like bank up on more stones. Okay. Limited time summoning stones. Okay. And things like that. Those are the ones that you purchase and with money, and you can use those. However, you have to use those in this event. You can't store them. So if you don't use them, you lose them. So make sure any of you that are purchasing stones, the limited time stones, you have to use them before the event is over. If you don't, you lose them. Okay, so keep that in mind whenever you're doing that. Okay, so yeah, so it's pretty good. So I got 90. I'm happy. I was looking for, I wanted to get at least 50, so did get that in one shot. So that was pretty lucky. Nothing's changed. Okay, so we do have the information. Characters will continue in the exchange shop as the new characters are released. So there'll always be an outlet for you to get a character. If you don't get the character within the frame before they introduce the new character, there will be a way for you to continue getting shards and that. So it does have a free-to-play angle from it. This is about what I expected. I knew they weren't going to be giving them to us guaranteed like they were before. I mean, in the previous ones, if you participated in all the events, you were guaranteed to get the character because they gave you enough shards to get it. Okay, and here they're giving you enough shards to get it, but it takes a little bit of RNG, and that can work for you, or that can work against you. So if I get lucky and hit 50 in the next event, I'll have the character. Plus, what other ones that I might get. Plus, I don't need to hit 50. I could hit, I could hit in the 20 pools if I hit the 10 5 times. That'll give me enough to get the characters. So I'm going to I need 60 to get it. So hitting 50, and then it should not be a problem. Even if I don't get it, I should be fairly close with 20 pools, because it looks like you do end up getting quite a few shards other ways. I got that, and then of course I'm going to be able to get 10 more shards inside of the actual exchange shop. So yeah, definitely something that should work. So this is, as I've said, this is about what I expected it would be. You'd be able to get it, but it might take a little bit longer. Okay, but it also, in hindsight, if you're lucky, might work a little bit faster for those of us from a free-to-play perspective. And then we'll get the character and just start building it up. Everything else after that. So we'll have to see what they're going to do with the actual items. Okay, I don't actually see any type of summoning event for the items. They might, but I would expect the items to be just, you'll be able to get shards just like normal. I mean, they might go through all the hoopla to set up 2 separate events and then have a divine realm where you pull for, but I doubt that. The weapons will probably be the same. What I am looking for is a chance to get some more of the triple S shards for the now that we're start introducing SP weapons and SP tools. Maybe we'll be able to get a little bit more heavy chests where we can get a little bit more shards to start working on some of those SSs and get those ranked up in lieu of the SPs coming out. Okay, so that's where we're at this particular point. Nothing changed. I mean, this is just like the event I did yesterday. This was just today, was just to do that. I do want to make a point that you do want to try to push inside of the Royal Hunting Ground as far as you can. Okay, because you could start getting, even though these boxes are random, it's still a 10K. So, and if you get to 32, if you get to 18, you can get 5. But if you get to 32, you can get 20. Okay, so you could conceivably, build up a little bit of, a purchase on that, enough for you to do it on a daily basis. Uh, and you're going to need to, because but the key is you just want to make sure that you, within the 3-day event, that you pull down enough to do 12, and that's all you need. I like that. I like that it's not. I like that they're not sticking. I like that they're not sticking these time limited tokens. I'm so happy that they're not sticking them all the way up here at like 32 and 24, because you'd have to really spend, a lot of focus on it. I like that they're sticking it at the beginning, so that it's the first two that you hit, so you don't have to really, press it that hard to get what you need, and then use it from there. But that is good. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I like it. I like what they're doing. It's pretty much what I've expected, as I've said. So there's nothing new in terms of that. Make sure that you do press through. We've still got the time limited up. Okay, we've still got this closed out yesterday, so you can't do anything. But if you then to get the rewards, okay, I cleared it. It wasn't that difficult. You usually get the things pretty quick, actually. Some hit quick, some don't. It's it's a little bit RNG based as well too. But they do. I think I tend to see it sort of favored in terms of the character, which is really nice. I like to see when they have events where it's RNG and they favor that sort of the character. I think that this particular event, being this is the first character in the SP, it might be a little bit too. Because hitting the 50 it was really nice, but we'll have to see how often that occurs. I mean, it's at 2%, so I would not have been surprised if I did not get it. As a matter of fact, I really was not expecting to get it. That's just an exceedingly low percentage, but you do get shards each time you pull. So it's not like you're definitely going to get shards if you do a 10 pull. You might only walk away with maybe 5 or 10 or something like that, but you're going to get shards. So and since they're not that difficult. I mean, the first 15 were that was 9,000 gems. So always make sure that you're going to have at least 9,000 gems going into a new character event, because they're charging 600 diamonds just for a pop. So that's why they're expensive. So, but that's not surprising, considering these are the most powerful character formats in the game, global-wise right now. So I have to see. But yeah, so that's all there is to it. So it will be in the exchange shop, so don't panic. When this goes away and the new character comes, Tang San will still be sticking around here in the shop. So I assume the shop's going to get pretty big. If I take it to mean what I take it to mean, every character, as it's released, will go into here. After it's released, there'll be Tang San will be here, and then after the next character is released, then they go to the third character, the second him. Both Tang San and that character will then be in here. So you'll be able to get roughly 10 shards for them each event. Okay, after you've done the 20 pulls, you'll have the tokens. Okay, and hopefully, like I said, maybe they'll have some events where you can get some of the summons outside of the actual summoning event. They do, since they do have 2. They have a limited summoning spirit stone, and they have a summoning spirit stone, which leads me to believe that there's going to be ways to get stones outside of the actual summoning event. If they were not going to offer stones outside of the summoning event, there would be no need for this. They would all just be this. Okay? Limited time magic for SP so expires after the summoning event for the exit ends. This right here, a magic used to summon okay. So I would take this to mean that there is going to be 2 types. One that's purchased inside of the event and used inside of the event, and one that can be obtained outside of the event. We'll have to see, but that's the way I take it. And we'll go from there. But yeah, so far so good. And I went over the skill set yesterday, so I'm not going to tackle that again. But everything else remains the same. Remember, one more day on the event. So, if you're in there, get in there. Go to the Soul Master sale. Grab these here. These are all limited time, which means you don't use them, you lose them. Okay, so these must be used before this event expires. These are not summoning stones. These are time-limited summoning stones. Okay, so they must be used in the event. You can't just bank them and store them for the next event, which is probably why they have is they don't want people banking them and then using them all at once when the event, when an event rolls around. Okay, they're giving you these. They want you to use them now. Okay, so keep that in mind that they got to be used. So definitely want to grab these. And I'll say 9,000 for that, and definitely want to grab this because this chest does have in it as well. So they get that as well. And I like the fact that they've got the huge chest inside of here as well too. Okay, not happy that these chests are in here. Not happy that that is in there. Most definitely not happy that that's in there. And I'm really actually not happy that any of this stuff is in here except for this. And I'll go ahead and allow this because it does lead to something for an SP. But I don't like these. This does not need to be in here. This is SP summoning stones. I mean, let's give us some really, even if there are ancillary rewards, I'd like them to be a little bit better than that. Okay, but this is not too bad because it does have you in it. As long as if it didn't have you, I'd be upset, but it does. So it's all of the SS characters, so it's useful. But yeah, that's it for that. So just a quick video, just to let you know that I did here, and they will be in the summoning exchange shop. So you will be able to get Tang San swords after the event ends. Okay, so even if you want to develop the divine skill, and like I say, based on what I'm seeing inside the divine realm, there looks like there's going to be two types of summoning stone. One summoning stone that's time limited, which must be used in the event, and it looks like there's going to be a summoning stone that you do not have to use, which is inside the event. So I assume there will be some way to get those as well. We'll have to see as they start coming out with the new events and start introducing items and stuff, and maybe when they have us, maybe the next event we'll see more. But we'll have to see how the format rolls out. But for right now, it looks like still be a free-to-play issue. No free-to-play issue, I should say. And we'll still be able to move along quicker, slower. It's all up to RNG at this point. Okay, so that's all I got for today. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you will see the bell. Click on the bell, you get notified each time I drop a video. Kendra coming at you from the corner, signing out.